What is going on, guys? My name is Micah with Crash Course Code, and this is going to be the 22nd video in this Java programming series. In this video, we're going to cover something called arrays, something that's pretty cool within programming. So, say you want to access a bunch of user numbers. You want users to put in their numbers, and you want to do something with them. So, one way you could store these numbers is you could use ints. So you could say int num1 equals this number, int num2 equals this other number, and int num3 equals this other number, and so on and so forth. You guys kind of get the picture there. Well, this is, as it happens, is a very inefficient way to store phone numbers just because you're going to have so many different variables and you have to name all these variables something different, and it just gets confusing. So it's a good thing we have this thing called arrays. A way you can create an array is you do ints here. We're going to create an array of integer values. You can create arrays of different data types, and I'll kind of go over that kind of near to the end of this video. To create an array, you do int bracket bracket, and we're going to call this num array. So this int bracket bracket stands for an integer array, and we're going to set this equal to new int 5. Now, this new keyword you've seen before, this just creates and initializes this array here. And then this int bracket bracket 5, the 5 stands for the number of elements you want in your array. I really don't like how Java creates the arrays like this. I hate how this 5 is within these brackets, because you're going to see in a bit how the way you access these values within the num array. But basically, this is going to be the syntax for creating an array, and you can do this pretty much anytime you want to create a new array. So to actually add stuff to this array, what we're going to do is we're going to do num array 0 equals some number. So when we created an array of 5 elements, it's creating an array and reserving 5 indexes in that array. Those indexes range from 0 to 4. They actually don't go to 5, so that might be a little confusing for some of you who are new to programming here. But generally with programming, indexes always start at 0. And that's just kind of how it works in the programming world. So we're going to set the index of 0 in the array to that number there. We're going to do the same thing at 1, set it to a different number. I'm just going to copy this down, and we're going to do this 5 times. So you're going to see it goes up to the index of 4 right here instead of 5, and you can kind of see why that is because we're including this 0 in there. So awesome. This is a way better way to actually store things that are similar within an array. So in an array, that's always a good thing. And we're going to do system.out.println. We're going to actually print out some of the things that are in this array now. So we're going to say system.println. Let's say we want to print out the 3rd index of our num array. All we have to do is do num array, put those 2 brackets, put in the 3, and print it. And so awesome, now we have that number that is on that line that we have stored in that array. One really useful thing about arrays is you can loop through them and do an operation on every single one of the elements within the array. And I'll demonstrate that in the next video. We're going to have an array of numbers and we're going to sum them all up and do a couple other things with them probably. So we have this way of creating our arrays. There actually is a shorthand as well. You guys can use this. You kind of do ints. This is going to just be called other num array. And we're going to set this equal to a set of brackets, actually. So you're going to just say set of brackets. And now you can just put in these numbers here, just like this. And it's going to create your array for you. So this array is automatically going to be the size of the number of elements that you put in it. So there's something to keep in mind there. The reason that you actually have to put in a size up here, you want to do that just because you want to use as few spaces in an array as you can, because the computer has to set aside some memory to store some of those values when it creates a new array. So if you have, like, let's say I had an array of 5,000 things and I only used 5 spaces, that's extremely wasteful. Your computer can obviously handle something like this because computing power these days is ridiculous, but just to kind of keep that keep the memory kind of in check here, you just want to do the minimum number of elements that is going to get the task done. So yes, so right now we have one more thing I want to talk about is the fact that we have an integer array. We can turn this into any data type we want. So we can have an array of strings. So we can say string array, we're going to call this message array. And we're going to set this equal to hi, my name is Joe. So now we have all these strings contained within this array. We can access them in the exact same way that we did in the other arrays. So we can do system.println message array. Let's say I want the index at 4. And remember, guys, this is going to get the element right here. It's going to be the 5th element in the array. Something you guys just kind of have to get used to, and it's going to become second nature the more you use arrays. So don't worry about it. And you're going to see now, if I print this out, it's going to say Joe right there, which is the 5th element in the message array and the 4th index. So that's going to be the intro to arrays here. And the next one, we're actually going to do something useful with them. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.